Well, it is 6:01, so let's get started. We'll have, this is the Tuesday, February 13th, 2024, City of Urbana Human Relations Commission meeting. We'll have a roll call.
Peter Resnick.
Here.
Greg Schroeder.
Here.
Shalini Smith.
Here.
Ann Panthen.
Here. Thank you. Are there any additions to the agenda? Nope. So we will now approve the previous minutes. Hopefully everyone has taken a look at them.
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Public input. Seeing no public, we'll move on. Unfinished business. Nope, no unfinished business. New business. All right. So we have the EEO workforce statistics. So, like we've done in previous meetings, if we could have a motion to approve in an omnibus sort of way, all of them. And then second, then we can have a discussion about the individual statistics. We're going to have, is there anyone that would like to make the motion?
By default.
Make a motion for Daniel L. Ribb Trucking, 1 year. JP Excavating and Trucking Incorporated, 2 years. A. Epstein and Sons International Incorporated, 1 year. Cordigan Clark, 2 years. Valdez Engineering Company, 2 years. Remco Electrical Corps, 1 year. A&R Mechanical Services Incorporated, 1 year. Lockmoiler Group Incorporated, 1 year. MGT of America Consulting LLC, 2 years.
And for purposes of discussion, I'll second.
Yes.
So first one I think is an easy one. The Daniel L. Ribb Trucking, which you only did for 1 year. So 2 questions. I thought it was 15 and under is our cutoff, but is it below 15? We clarified that.
You guys voted for it to be standard with the EEO, so it's 14 and below.
14 and below, okay. So the other question, okay, and they are a union shop, according to it. Okay, that one makes sense to me, and I think I've got no desired changes. For Corrigan Clark, or Cordigan Clark, sorry, could you explain the 2 year, given that their numbers are not bad, but for the Aurora area, not great?
Well, as I had written on the sheet, they are a diverse workforce across all the racial groups with a 45% minority workforce. Less than 4% of the workforce is in the profession that they're doing, their job category. There's less than 4% in that job category, so they would be included in the professional grouping, so there's only 4% in that area. And then they have a strong employment rate, and so their residents are working. They're almost at 70%.
And it looks like, I mean, for 45% compared to Aurora properly, compared to Kane County as a whole, Kane County is like almost 60, well, yeah, 57% minority. I just don't have a sense of the area.
I'm not as familiar with
Yeah,
Aurora.
like, is there public transport? Is there?
Yeah, it's on there, at the bottom for Aurora. They have a, but
I see it, yep.
most of the people use their car, excuse me.
Okay, so, all right. And I think that's okay. Those are the only two that jumped out at me. And I'm glad that we're doing the 1 years for the union shops, which are notoriously a problem, and to keep poking us to try and do something about that. But that's less the company's problem than ours, and having a conversation with union folks, so I think that's fine.
Greg?
More of a question for the officer. On Lockmoiler Group Incorporated, you noted that it's a union workforce with a high employment rate in the area, but at the top, you said labor union hires is a no. So are you referring to the region as in high union?
Oh,
Let's clarify that for a moment then.
yeah, that may be an error on my part in the rationale. I had some crossover when I was doing these, so I noticed that I had made some mistakes.
So it is a union?
No, they aren't a union. But it says construction, are they? Let's check that, because I may have put it because I saw construction.
I know they were 2 years, recommending 1 year. I'm just looking at the separation hire rates and seeing that their numbers are actually getting worse. So I was curious if union was a reason or maybe not.
There are contradictions on the different sheets. The accurate sheet is that there is not a union shop there. Sorry for those errors.
So I guess the question then is it, right, do we ask for more before granting the 1 year?
How emergency is this one? Are they just coming up for renewal, or is there a contract in the offing that they really need word from us soon?
The general renewal.
It's a general renewal. So it might be nice to at least hear from them before we go and approve them, even for the 1 year, just to give them a chance to say, with their turnover rates, do they know what happened? Why are their numbers getting worse? And see if we can get some more info from them.
So are you declining to certify, or are you?
Yeah, maybe to defer this one. If I can offer a friendly amendment to the motion, just to defer this until next month and ask for more info.
Friendly amendment accepted.
And Lockmuller, excuse me, has a local office, but their principal office is in Indiana.
And that may be part of the explanation, right? Is, we got lucky last time, and
Yeah.
we have been doing the same things, but we ended up with this lower workforce. I don't think we need to accuse them of anything. This is just, the numbers look a little funky. Could you explain before we go ahead and give you the approval?
So you'd like would you like to also have a good faith effort of what they've been doing? Okay.
Yes.
I think we trust the officer to write kind letters that do not frighten the poor contractors.
You can count on it.
Greg?
Just another curiosity, MGT of America Consulting LLC. There's a note missing a large number of ethnicity disclosures. Is that a matter of the employees not disclosing?
That is the employees.
Okay.
And we did do some checking on that, because we were like, we knew that question was going to come from you guys. And so I looked up the EEO reporting, and the employer is required to submit an EEO 1, Component 1 report, data report, and they give them guidance when an employee does not want to disclose, and they put it in a note. So my guess is that they are trying to replicate that with our report, is putting those numbers in a comment section rather than putting them in the numbers, the workforce numbers.
Okay. Any questions? Any other questions? No? All right, well, I think we can safely vote on this. So, all in favor of accepting the certifications with the friendly amendment? Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Officers' report. Carla?
Okay, we don't have any formal complaints at this time. For informal complaints, and those are when people call into the office and they believe that they might have been discriminated against, and we work through that and discover it's not, or we refer them out. We had one for employment. The issue was not related to a protected class. And we had one call concerning an emotional support animal, and I was able to give them the information because it was a housing question, not a complaint, but they wanted to know, am I required to allow this? And so I gave them the information that they needed to make the right decision. Yes. And for the office activities, we mailed out 80 flyers to all registered property owners and managers who have addresses outside of Champaign County but are within the state of Illinois. And we have the mailing labels ready to go. We have 90 mailing labels ready to go for property owners and managers that are outside of Illinois, and those will go out this week. We hand-delivered 10 of 22 posters and brochures to all the registered property owners or managers that have 10 or more units located in the community. We hand-delivered those, and we were able to talk with the managers. And we actually took some to some of the property owners' homes because they didn't have a formalized office. But we were able to share with them the Human Rights Ordinance, the section that requires us to provide them with that information, and that they're required to post it. And we did have one property management company. They called and they wanted to have it electronically so they could post it on their website. Copies of the updated Human Relations Commission brochure were mailed out to each of the neighborhood associations, and I had one come back. And I'm also scheduled to visit the one of the neighborhood associations on February 20th. That would be the Southeast Urbana Neighborhood Association. And I'll be sharing about our office, the HRC, and the CPRB.
Excuse me. And you're making the case for new commissioners?
Yes, that's that's a huge push when I go to the one meeting, because I'm going to be going to their meeting. I'm going to be talking about the need for members on both of those boards.
Great, that's great.
This one, I believe, is the more urgent board because of our quorum.
Yeah, right.
So this is the one that I'm trying to get members for in the urgency, but I also am trying to get members for CPRB. And then I've also been invited to share. I've put together a PowerPoint presentation for the Community Alliance. That is a group of social service organizations that are working with immigrants in the community, and their meeting is this Thursday, the 15th, and it's via Zoom. So I put together a presentation, and I'll be presenting information about office as a whole and how our services, how those with immigrant status can access our services if they need them. And to also understand what our services are and how important they are if they're experiencing any issues.
The only requirement to be on the commission is that the person be a resident, correct?
I
They don't
believe
have
so.
to be a U.S. citizen, do they?
I don't think so, but I will check that one because I was looking for information on status. I just haven't come across it yet.
Because if that is the case, yet another thing to push. And
Yeah.
someone who is not a U.S. citizen, that would be an interesting person to have on the commission. It might bring a different point of view about certain things.
And so that's what I'm going to be hopefully doing, is pushing for join, because I've been working with the New American Welcome Center. And one of the things that we're looking at is how to engage the with government, so that it's not something scary, but
Right. Yeah, that's great. I really appreciate you doing all those things and telling us that what's happening. And speaking for myself, I am happy to attend any if I can, neighborhood meetings or events or things like that, if that's helpful.
available next Tuesday?
Tuesday. No. Wait, is it during the day?
No, it's at 5:30.
Oh, no, sorry. Shouldn't have opened my mouth just
That's
yet.
okay.
Yeah, but really, ask, Shalini also, as mentioned, she would.
I am going to be, I'm meeting with the MLK Advocacy for Justice Committee. We have our meeting, our monthly meeting this Friday, and the ministers that are on that committee, they've already agreed to allow me to come in and speak for 5 minutes to the congregation. I'm going to start scheduling those.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know the dates and stuff, and then maybe you can join me.
Okay, that'd be great. Is that it? Okay, thank you. Announcements. Excuse me. This commission has 5 openings, and we would like to have none. So anyone who is listening or is interested, get a hold of Carla and Tom at the Human Relations Office, and they will tell you how to apply, and so we can use your help. Greg? Yes, Carla?
I do have some news to share. You reminded me when you said that. I did hear from Siobhan. She called, and even though she's far away from us, she's still actively recruiting for us. And she told me that she may have someone on the hook, and she did invite them to come to the meeting today, but it was short notice because I talked to her yesterday. So it may have been short notice, but she goes, I think I might have them convinced. So she is still actively recruiting for us.
Wow, that is great. Okay, since the last meeting, the office has surveyed commissioners individually to arrange an alternate meeting time next month, and I believe that we have found that. Tuesday, March 26th at 5:15, which is a different time and a different week than usual, and I think we've all agreed to that. It'll be right here. I know there's a time crunch when we're here for that, and I'm sure we'll be able to get out of the way of the next meeting. And then our April meeting is Tuesday, April 16th at 5:30 PM right here. All right, do the commissioners have any other comments? Okay, well then we're adjourned. Thank you.